And we're talking about, did Jesus actually rise from the dead? If so, what kind of body did he rise in? And that's where we're at right now. What did the disciples see? And we talked about Paul. You still got Peter, you got James, you got Thomas, you got the women, you got all the others that are mentioned. Where would you like to start?
Well, he introduced the case of the women touching Jesus in Matthew, Mary touching Jesus alone in John, and Thomas, at least close enough that he could have, and later Ignatius says he did. I'd ask the same question. Are the disciples good candidates for hallucination? Or did they touch somebody who, who seemed to be Jesus? We have the hallucination theory again.
Mm-hmm. Well, they are the cases where there's a claim of tangibility are a minority of the total cases.
How many times did you have to touch somebody for them to occupy time and space?
Not very many.
Once would do it, right?
But, oh, yes. But the point is that what's a minority is the cases of people who are mentioned as having seen the risen Jesus, of whom we're also told that they did something to verify whether there was an object there to be seen.
Of course, now, somebody wouldn't have to touch Jesus.
Oh, no.
You can be objectively present in this room and me never touch you.
Oh, yeah.
So we have the women touching Jesus, Mary touching Jesus. You have Thomas given the opportunity to touch, if you like the Gospels again. But even Paul's accounts, again, we've got Philippians 3. If Paul's thought is that Jesus appeared physically, at least that's Paul's conviction. So it seems to me, again, you have the two horns of the dilemma again with the disciples. You've either got hallucinations because they believe they saw something. Kent says Habermas's facts are okay, but I think it's an hallucination. Do you still like hallucinations for the Gospels, for the disciples?
Well, I'm not sure about what labels apply. What seems to me is the crucial thing is whether there was something there to be seen, hallucinated or whatnot. Not whether you call it a hallucination or a vision or whatnot. The crucial thing is whether there was something there to be seen.
But here's what
and it seems to me the evidence that that is so is pretty weak.
Okay, you've got
really.
The disciples saying Paul and the others had experiences that they believed were appearances of the risen Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got a tomb that's empty, so something physical is going on. At least some of the texts claim they touched Jesus. Yeah. This all points in the direction to a body being there. They know this person. They've been with him for 3 years. He's their best friend. In some cases, he's their relative. He's their brother. He's their son. Where can we go from here? You still have to take hallucination, right?
They're said to have been, for instance, walking along with him for some time without apparently noticing he's the risen Christ.
And I think that's a good point. I mean, I haven't seen you for 15 years, and I recognized you in the hotel yesterday, but there were changes, and there were changes for me after 15 years. I mean, if there are slight, subtle changes in the resurrection body, which I think there are, that's all you need. You know how you look at somebody and you look back and you say, is that you? I think the fact that Paul does say spiritual body, I think it's a literal body, but I think it occupies space and time and could be touched, but there are changes. And so I think that accounts for the fact that he looked just a little different.